bacon, no bacon, no bacon, no bacon,
Bacon, no bacon.
Podcast. No bacon, no bacon. We are late. Sorry, everybody. We are. I think 2 weeks.
2 weeks,
out of the
man.
fucking...
But they all thought we were gone, buddy. They thought we weren't coming back, and here we are.
That one guy that sent that disapproving fucking email. What the fuck? Did you see that?
Yeah, what happened? What was that?
The light just went super intense for no reason.
Oh.
I don't know if there's something. Wouldn't be a bacon, no bacon without some technical difficulties.
3 seconds into the episode. That's an all-time first, though. 3 seconds in.
Yeah.
We are getting good at the technical difficulties, my friend.
Yeah. Couldn't have timed it. Oh, look at me. I'm fucking way too hot. What happened?
I don't know. I don't know. Your light just looked like a meteor shower. You just got extremely...
There is a meteor shower going on right now.
Is there? Still happening?
Yeah, like for the next couple... Oh, maybe. I thought it was over a couple of days, I thought.
I don't know if it's still happening. I have no idea. I heard of it. I just have no idea if it's still going on.
Yeah, I feel bad. Angela's like, let's go out and drive to the country where it's really dark so we could see the meteor shower. And I'm like, no. No, thanks.
You're so
Can we
fun.
Just sit here in the yard and drink beers? Okay, let's do that.
You're hilarious. You are recording on the Zoom, right? Before we get into any more technical difficulties?
Yep. Everything's on
All right,
record.
me too, man.
Good.
We got to double check everything here. We can't screw up.
So yeah, we're sorry,
2
everybody,
weeks
that
rusty.
we went a couple of weeks. We don't even have a really good reason. I mean, your computer broke, so that's one small reason. But you weren't at the fishing camp, eh?
No, I wasn't.
No.
But
can we say about your back? You're Canadian again?
I'm Canadian for now. Yeah, I'm Canadian again. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to be American. I mean, unless I'm going to move to Vermont. I can't live in any of the major cities. I mean, LA and New York are just cesspools of COVID.
Cesspools. To all of our American listeners, that we use that term endearingly.
No,
of course.
No,
cesspool.
No, I don't.
Kind of like that.
No, not at all. They are cesspools. Yeah.
Do you know what a cesspool is?
No, is it not a pool of shit, or is it like one of those? Like a water treatment thing, or?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's a water treatment thing, like a
facility.
Basically, like if a septic tank didn't have a top on it,
right?
That would be a cesspool.
A cesspool.
Like douchebag. Do you know what a douchebag is?
Yeah, isn't that to clean a woman's vagina?
Yeah, you put the douche liquid in this bag. Looks like a hot water bottle, and you squeeze it like a fucking...
Hey, you rinse it out.
What is that fucking... What's that?
We're getting dirty right off the top.
The Scottish fucking
bagpipe.
instrument there. Like bagpipe. See, it's a bagpipe that you ram up your pussy and fucking clean it out with a fucking little ditty.
Aren't you all glad we're back, everybody?
It's just because it's these words that I hear. You hear us. See, like you hear these words, and I'm like, I should probably, if I'm going to be using these words like douchebag and cesspool, I should probably know what they actually mean. Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, is the
like my friend used to say Robin, my friend Robin, who's a big Flyers fan, so he can go fuck himself. He keeps taunting me with the Flyers are so dominant of the Canadian. I'm like, what shit? The Canadian, literally, they've either been even. Or the Canadians have done it's. I would say, if watching those 3 games, that they've been evenly matched for 5 of the period.
Yeah.
The Flyers dominated 1 period, and 4 of the period they were evenly matched. 1 period the Flyer dominated, which was the first period of the series, and the Canadian were completely dominant 4 period of the. So, like, I would say so far the Canadian look better than the Flyers. But he's like, oh, fucking, they're lucky they didn't get swept in 4. I'm like, see, speaking of cesspool, you're fucking... Anyway, he's an idiot. He used to say shit like, please excuse the punt. The punt? What do you mean, the punt?
The punt?
You know, like when you say excuse the pun, he thought pun was punt.
What a moron. No wonder he likes the
What a
Flyers.
moron, right? No wonder he likes the Flyers. Exactly. Thank you, Abdul. Fuck you, Robin, you dumb Flyer weirdo.
Yeah, hockey's back, man. That's pretty cool. I mean, I caught the second game, and I caught one period yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Good work catching the second game. If you're going to catch one game, that would be the one
Yeah.
to fucking watch. What a thrill that was.
But
Oh.
I hope
It was magic. Everything was perfect for them that game.
it just
Like watching it yesterday,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
the second game, tape to tape. I see the pass were all tick tick. I take a weird hop, but somehow would hop to the tape of their fucking stick. Yesterday, everything was like this much.
yeah.
Like, you know, like missing by that much.
That-
Like, it gets a weird
Yeah,
bounce and it would bounce the wrong way.
First game too was like that. I think I caught like the third period, and I was like, "What is happening?" Like it just looked sloppy. It didn't look fun to watch. Like it was just everyone was kind of the ice too. I guess is shitty. Everyone's playing on it constantly.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
I would think they. I mean, the whole staff of the fucking place have nothing to do but take care of that.
I know,
ice.
but I think ice needs like the longer it could get frozen.
Time to
Yeah.
set, I guess. Yeah.
But if you
And
do
apparently
it
they're
quick,
swapping out all the boards
okay.
for every game.
What?
Instead of sending a crew in with fucking Fantastic or whatever to clean the boards, they just take off the boards, put on new boards every game. That's what somebody
But
was
why?
telling me. And it takes 80 minutes to do it.
Wow, really? That's quite
And
impressive.
the benches too. I guess they take the benches. They must, there's rubber on the bench of a hockey thing. They
Right.
must rip up that rubber, put new rubber down.
But why? Why don't they
Because
just
those guys are because they're spitting on there and everything.
Hose it
They're
down.
Constantly spitting and
can't hose it
that's
down?
What I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
Some fucking bleach on there?
With bleach.
Hose it
Yeah, I
down.
don't know.
Put it in a pressure washer?
Then all the guys are just sniffing bleach the whole game. Like, you don't need those smelling salts anymore. It's just like, my eyes are bleeding. I don't know. I'm sure they're doing the best thing possible
Yeah.
in the given 2 months notice to come up with a plan. I'm sure they're doing the best thing
Yeah.
possible. I mean, there's so much fucking money involved there.
It is interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, it is interesting. And I was thinking about that, about the money aspect. I was thinking about how they really, I feel like they got back real quick because if you do, I mean, you're ahead of the game in entertainment. There's not a whole lot of entertainment options right now.
Live, not live new stuff.
Not
for
only
sure.
that, anything like TV shows, movies, nothing's going to come out for a while. So
I was down.
if sports could do it right, man, they can get a lot of. I mean, it's going to. I'm sure. I wonder, are the ratings? Did you check what the ratings are? Are they killing it, or are they kind of just? Is it normal? Is it below?
I would assume. No, I haven't looked. I could look at it. right
Yeah,
now,
let's
though.
see what the hockey ratings are. I wonder if they're.
See.
Because I feel like it'll start off slow, just as normal, right? Everyone's not used to watching hockey. It's the middle of summer. We're all doing stuff outside. But I feel like if they really keep nailing this, they could take over. I mean, there's nothing else to watch. Sports in
Right,
general.
of new. I know.
It's a pretty good.
Viewership numbers for weekend. NBC generated a total 1.3 million viewer for NHL Restart doubleheader. Network also 1.4 viewers for the round-robin game between Flyers and Bruins.
Yeah, but I wonder what the. I wonder if they're
Is that
doing.
up?
Is that? Yeah, is it below or pretty normal? 1 million seems low for the U.S.
Yeah, no. For the U.S., I
1
agree.
million seems pretty low. I mean, that's pretty low. I mean, Canada would be higher than that.
I
even.
agree.
I think. I feel like Canada would be higher than, or like around that. A big game would definitely be higher than
Just so-so. It says
that. A lot.
NHL Restart ratings just so-so on NBC.
Right. Yeah, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a
let's see
while
in
for people to
Canada.
get used to it. And even me, man, like the first game, I was like, I didn't even know. I was like, yeah, right, hockey. That's true. That's back. You know?
Yeah,
There's so
for
many other
me,
things to
I don't
do.
remember.
Thinking about it.
I don't remember ever being so excited about the Canadians. Like, I mean, not ever, but in a long time, watching the game. Like, I find myself, I brought the TV out in Shangri-La now. I've got it all set up that I can watch the game outside. And, what is that?
Yeah, it's
Series leads way as TV ratings soar in Canada.
right.
So, the Canadian Penguins series was, 8 of the 10 telecast of hockey, we're in the top 10 things most watched
Okay.
in Canada. So in the state, apparently they're not jumping on summertime hockey.
Yeah.
But in Canada, it's killing.
Well, they're all right now in America.
Basketball
COVID's
too.
killing.
Basketball.
No
Basketball
joke? No?
too. Last weekend, the second most watched
Flop.
Raptor regular
Total flop.
season game in Sportnet history.
What's that?
The Raptors game.
Raptors.
The Raptors game a few days ago
Yeah.
was the second most watched regular season Raptor game in history
Wow.
of the team. So sports in Canada are definitely. But I mean, we have the world champion fucking basketball team, and we have the whole thing is happening in Canada. Both
Right.
bubbles are in Canada. We have how many Canadian teams are in? Calgary's in. Vancouver, is Vancouver still in?
I don't even know, dude. I'm so out of the loop on hockey. I literally watched like 3 periods since it's been back.
I'm excited about the Canadians too. And here's the thing: as some of our viewers know, I used to gamble a lot on sports and fucking really anything. If you had a tiddlywink tournament, I would bet on it. But I'm not. It's not like people. Even my family. Like I set up the TV outside to watch hockey, whatever. And Jamie, my daughter, walked on. I'm like, "Oh no, you're not back to this, are you?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just really excited for the hockey." Because listen, I follow the team like n'importe qui, whatever.
Damn.
But this team, like when the season was going on, we're like, ooh, we'll be lucky to make the playoffs. Like young team. We didn't have a Stanley Cup run going before COVID hit, right?
Right.
Like the run we were making was like, ooh, we're looking okay.
Yeah, it
but,
wasn't looking great.
Price was look a little disinterested at time But this situation with the no
crowd
people in this in no crowd, the circumstances are also different. There's nobody playing in their home rink, right?
Right. Yeah.
Because Toronto's out, Edmonton's out, so there's no home team ever. The Canadian teams, at least they're in Canada, so whatever. It's a little bit of home field advantage because they're in the right country, but. They're used to using, like when they go out or fucking order food into their hotel room, they're using the currency that they always use on the day to day. I don't know. So, but the thing, our team, it's so young.
Right. Yeah.
Right? These young guys.
A lot of young guys, yeah.
That pressure of playoff hockey with 25,000 people screaming, trying to fuck with you, calling you an asshole, whatever. It's not. It's like practice. And these young kids, they fucking thrive in practice. That's how they made the NHL, by going into a rink, just showing their stuff. And then, oh man, this kid's great. He's got potential. We can groom him into an
that's
NHL
a good
player.
point.
Well, now they're going out and doing basically scrimmage, but in their dressy uniforms.
No pressure. Right? Usually
usually crowd, it's less pressure.
Well, that's it. That's what I'm saying. So, usually, those old guys are what you want in the series like this because they've been in this situation a few times already, most of them, and they have the experience. They kind of the edge is off, right? They still, obviously, I'm sure there's still a little bit of pressure, but they've been through it, so they know what to expect. But the young guys, these guys are just there's not as much pressure. So, yeah, you're right. They can play hard.
It makes it so there's so many factors that are different from normal. So all the these the seeding that they have, like the Flyers are the top seed team,
right?
And we're, I think, the bottom seed team. Like we had to win our way into the playoff with that little tournament with the Penguins. So there's so many. Like any good sport documentary you see, there's that walk through the tunnel,
right?
And there's just ton of people. There's the janitors and the fucking ushers and the fucking hangers on, the family members no one's allowed down there.
Yeah.
So they're peace and quiet, like they're walking out in a secret location.
Yeah, they're all
of
just
practice.
it's all
it's a lot less distraction of, oh shit, that's the agent for whatever, Michael Jordan. Ooh, there's nobody. There's nobody. There's your equipment manager who's wearing a mask, and it's like,
you're not even sure anyone's
you're
really
walking
watching.
into the Jean Coutu. You're just I don't know. So there's so many factors that are different that I think are any team. It's anybody's game. It's one of those things. These are all professional NHL players. They're all really great hockey players.
Yeah.
it's whoever's going to have those magical nights.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun thing to watch. I mean, we're down 2-1, and I don't like that because we are coming from behind. We are the underdog in that. It would be nice to already be like, oh shit, upset is happening.
Yeah, but anyway,
you're right, I'm
super
stoked, and I'm not betting,
good,
on it.
Buddy, good. Stay
also,
away.
I did look at it, and I couldn't find the odds for the future for like to pick them to win. I would put like $50 on the Canadian to win this series, the next year, all the way to the Stanley Cup. All the way it would be better and better odds going all the way to the Stanley Cup. But I couldn't find it, and then I was looking for, and I'm like, what am I doing? Why? Why can't I just enjoy?
Yeah, buddy.
Watching my city's team compete.
That's what I've always said to you. I'm like, why don't you just watch the game? Why don't you just get the thrill out of? You were betting on shit you didn't even watch. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Tennis.
Tennis.
Tennis? Why am I betting on tennis? Soccer?
Yeah.
See.
You're betting on things. I'm like, you're not even going to watch this game. You don't have no idea who's good at it. You're just taking.
No, I don't even know the rules because I did bet on the World Cup like 4 or 5 years ago. Sam Easton and I were in Ottawa.
Yeah.
And we were betting Wimbledon. Like we had created a whole
Wimbledon.
like chart,
Yeah.
like a whole. We thought we had created this winning algorithm of betting. Like we bet this much on that guy because his odds are da. And so we got it all the way down to the final that Andy Murray, the British guy, the only way we wouldn't win is if Andy Murray won in straight sets,
Right.
3-0.
Okay.
And sure enough, that's what happened. So we ended up losing like $10,000 each. So
Man,
out of
I thought you guys would have
desperation-
nailed it.
Yeah, no, you'd think with all that research and paperwork we did. And then, so he's just depressed, and I'm depressed too. But I'm like, I can't just take this loss.
Yeah.
And the World Cup was going on at the same time. Soccer World Cup was going on at the same time.
You won that one, didn't you?
I think it was the semifinal, and I saw a bet. I didn't even know what it meant. It said something in full time. It said full time. So to me that meant end of the game. Well, who's the winner?
Right.
Whatever, and it's and at the time I think it said there was 3 minutes left in the game, and it said winner in full time, Italy, say, and so it was Italy and whatever the other country was, France maybe, and a tie.
Okay.
And tie was the worst odds because it was tied at that time. There was only 3 minutes left in the game. So tie was this, and then the team that I chose was the big underdog. So it was like 3-1 or something like that. So I put like $3,000 on that.
Okay.
Because it was the best odds. It was just like, I don't know what the fuck, how this worked, but I'm going to try. Maybe they'll score a goal. It's tied right now, but they have 3 minutes to score a goal.
Jeez.
So they score a goal, and there it is. It was like, because it was like 3.5 to 1. It was plus 350 for that score that I picked.
Yeah.
And then fucking 30-second left in the game. Like there's the little timer in the corner of the screen. 30-second left. Fucking Italy scores, or whoever the team. I don't even remember what the team was. It might have been Italy. It might have been somebody else.
Yeah.
They scored. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? Oh my god! And then 30 seconds, and they don't stop the time either. Like
Right.
when you score a goal, the time
Yeah.
keeps going. Right? It's not like hockey, blow whistle and they stop the time.
Yeah.
Soccer, it just goes. So I'm watching it, and everyone's taking their time going back to center. I'm like, oh my god, this is great. They're just gonna fucking take it like that. They're not rushing to make the face off or whatever. There's no face off, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
No, they don't even have face off. It's whoever got scored against starts with the ball, and they just do a little tuck. And anyway,
They
so
still call it a face-off. Don't they? What do they?
it gets to,
Anyways, go ahead.
no, they just I don't even know what they call it.
Free
But it
kick.
gets to 0,
Yours.
and I'm like, yeah, I won, fucking 0. And then it started counting up. Like you goes 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. I'm like, what the fuck? What is that clock? Why is it continuing to go?
Extra
And
time.
it went on for another like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's see. 6 minutes. I'm like, what? Why? The game is over. Somebody tell the referee.
You had no idea how
The game is
soccer
over.
works.
No, I was freaking out. Anyway, they held on to win it, but I
Jesus.
was like, tabarnak.
I love how you put $3,000 on
Freaking
something you have no idea.
No fucking clue that it goes on after the game is over. What the fuck kind of game is that?
You're hilarious.
Till the referee has to pee? Is that how the game works?
I think it is a weird concept the way that they do it, because I think it's just like a random I don't know if they actually calculate the exact amount or they just go, that's 6 minutes.
It's the referee, apparently. I found out after. The referee is like, oh, this guy's been injured for 90 seconds. We're adding 90
they
seconds
add
to
not.
the
Yeah,
thing.
but it's not like an exact amount. You know, like in hockey or basketball, like they're like, all right, we'll re-watch the tape and see where the whistle was blown right down to the millisecond. I feel like soccer's just like, nah, that felt like 20 seconds.
It's all the referee, kind of like the umpires in baseball. It's very like
I could
people
be
are
wrong.
saying now we don't need umpires
like
anymore. We have computers and cameras that give the strike zones. We could call the strikes from fucking from the booth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That is true. They don't
more accurately too.
That is true. They don't need umpires anymore.
Yeah,
we get rid of the umpire.
But that's part of baseball,
Umpire's
right?
like the cashier of the baseball world. It's just a cat.
Yeah,
we got self checkout. We don't need the fucking umpire anymore. We've got digital self checkout. We could figure it all out without the fucking umpire.
Some people like me, even I don't love the self checkout. I want to go see.
You want to see the screw ups. Yeah, I
want to say hey to Gertrude.
You want to see any
big winners in the scratch world today?
The teller make a mistake on that item and overcharge you. You want to see all the mistakes. You want to see them screw up and the drama that ensues. Ensues? Is that a word? Ensues? Yeah. Follows.
Then, or wait till they're finished passing all your thing, and once they say the total, how do you want to pay? And that's when you tell them, oh, I'm going to need a couple of bags, but don't bother charging those. It's too late. You're going to have to fucking key override shit.
The bag. I saw a lady do that in L.A. She was like, the cashier goes, do you need any bags? And she was like, I need 2, but I'm not paying for them. The cashier is like some young chick, and she's just like, I have to, like, I'm supposed to charge you? And she's like, no, I come here all the time. I spend enough money here. You don't charge me. I was like, holy crap. Like, yeah, that's...
people really put their foot down
they
with stuff.
do.
I think there was a time in my life I was that principled that I would fucking put my foot down for stupid shit.
Yeah.
And I'm at the point now, man, I don't want to get excited about anything that doesn't really, really, really affect me or mankind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For the 5-cent bag, I'm not. Like, I even had a joke at one point. I'm going to go in and be like, do you need bags? And be like, yes, I want all the bags. I'm doing really well. How many bags have you got? 200,000? 5 cents each? That's whatever. That's $9,000. Here you go. Here's take $9,000 off my Visa. I want all the fucking bags.
Just wipe the whole store out of bags and then watch them squirm.
No, and then just stand in the front like fucking Santa Claus. See, here you go. Here's some bags. Enjoy your bags.
Hilarious.
Fucking have some bags. Free bags.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I wonder what they do. They'd freak out. Our whole business model is screwed. This guy ruined it all. How do we get the other customers' bags? It's a weird, that's I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the paying for the bags. I mean,
I'm at the point. It's one of those things that they snuck in, and now I'm like, all right, yeah, that's right. We have to do that. Now in Brassard, I live in Brassard, plastic bags like this. So I have things like the little plastic bags tied in knots all over my house because they're like gold in my house. Because in Brassard, plastic bags are illegal.
What?
So this is a bag
Really?
that might, yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, we have a note coming in from one of our producers.
Oh, wow.
The green Nespresso pod, a little French vanilla. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you. Just a drop, I like. That's Andy, everybody. My daughter's bringing me a coffee. And my lovely
Andy.
bacon
Round
no
of
bacon.
applause for Andy. Love it. She's doing good things.
You didn't stir it, though.
Oh, God.
Okay,
She didn't stir it. Terrible.
She's an actual professional barista, so this is a great thing.
All right.
Employee of Tim Hortons, Canada. So be employee of the month. You should give it to her. Thank you very much.
That's,
with a little note. I love it. Like we're on a
she's the best.
famous TV show. She is good.
She's the best.
But I just unplugged my earphones. Bear with us all.
I thought you got another note. Thought maybe someone was passing you something else. Maybe we have another producer on the show. How many producers we got? Did you get another note? My headphones are unplugged. Oh my God, the headphones weren't even plugged this whole time.
Andy, get me the. Oh man, that was funny. I just screamed Andy, but I didn't even mean Andy. I was thinking of the producer on Ellen, the Ellen show. Fix my earphones.
Is the producer named Andy on Ellen?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ellen, yeah. Ellen's a horrible human being, apparently. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just fucking piling on. All I see is everyone like, Ellen's the worst. I don't know if I don't think she's I don't know. I mean, I've never met her.
She's human. She's probably yelled at people
I'm
before.
sure.
She's,
it's a very stressful
I think
show,
I'm pretty nice,
I imagine.
But sometimes I'm, yeah.
Dude, you know how much people watch that show and how much is riding on that show and everything that needs to get done?
She changes people's lives for the better. I mean,
look, all I gotta
she's
say,
an ornery bitch off camera. She's still
I was
on
gonna
camera.
say, maybe Ellen
changes people's lives.
Maybe Ellen isn't the problem. Maybe it's the fucking whiny nerds they hire for that show. Maybe that's what's wrong.
Well, there was, I think,
parents
where
didn't fucking beat them enough.
The opening for it was there was some people that were sexually harassed, some people on staff that were sexually harassing and actually acting inappropriately with people, bullying even.
Wow.
Where she took full responsibility. It's my watch, and sorry, we fucked that up. But anyway, that just opened the door for people to start being like, yes, she's the worst.
The worst. Get her.
And that Dakota Johnson. Anyway.
You know why I think they're piling
Ellen is
on?
great.
I think they're piling on because for years, Ellen's always been like, every time there's like a gay rights thing, they always turn to her. And she's like, no, I'm not your leader. I'm not looking to be some sort of pioneer in the fucking world of LGBT.
She did her part already.
She did her thing.
She did her thing.
She paid her
and
dues.
It cost her 10 years of her career.
She paid her dues. So. She did her thing. She just wants to be, which is perfectly fine in my books. I don't have any. I mean, why do you got to be a leader for everything? Just do your thing.
Yeah.
You know? I think that's why now a lot of the people that are trying to pile on and take her down are all those people that would, you know, obviously rally behind that and go all supportive. But it's just
there's people that relish in other people's misery.
Yeah.
It's like
it's a thing now.
I've actually equated this
you want
to some of
everyone
my
to fail.
personal.
All these people want people to fail.
Some of my interpersonal relationships, I won't name which ones, but sometimes people have to bring other people down.
Yeah.
Somehow to get themselves up.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to elevate their own behaviors to make them better people, bringing other people down gives them progress somehow.
Or how about this? How about we elevate?
It's terrible.
We all elevate each other, and then we fucking run this shit, baby.
Prop people up,
How about
which
that?
I think
Yeah.
Ellen publicly at least seems to prop people up. She really seems to be a positive force. So I hate that.
You know what it is?
But like, look
She's
at
old
Oprah.
school,
You think
buddy.
Oprah became a fucking billionaire? Think Oprah became a billionaire being just sweet coochie coochie? You said so sweet and everything. Fuck. I'm sure she's
Oprah has
called,
fucking stomped on some people for sure.
I'm sure she has.
I
like,
imagine.
Cut some throats.
You don't
man.
get to
Yeah.
billionaire status if you don't you stomp on some people.
Yeah,
You have to.
being hardcore.
There's no way. How do you know how much competition is out there? They'll stomp on you. So you kind of have to, like, anyone that's like, even that's the thing with like even with like guys like Bill Gates. I know you love him. You love Bill Gates. Huge fan.
Gotta.
But I also feel like, dude, that guy must have. Of course, you can't get to that status.
Dude, well, we know right out of the gate,
white-
like Bill Gates' first thing, Windows, was a ripoff of Apple.
Really?
Bill Gates was hired by Steve Jobs to test and test and really push
I did not
the
know that.
Macintosh platform. Yeah, I watched that movie, the Silicon Valley or something like that. It's the birth of what we now know as Bill Gates and Steve Jobs,
Right.
or Apple and Microsoft. They knew each other very well, these guys.
I imagine.
They both
Yeah, you
applied for
have to.
jobs at IBM. IBM said to both of them, no, not really. It's not really. People like everyone. No one's. The only people that have computers are banks. We don't need
Wow.
fucking. So Steve Jobs developed this Macintosh platform. Asked Bill Gates and this other guy, one of the other Microsoft guys, I think, to test it and like really put it through the ringer and tell us what any engineering improvements you think we should bring to it.
Yeah.
And they did it. And the legend has it that they were like, this is fucking awesome. So they reverse engineered it, right? They figured out everything
Right.
that they had done to get to this
Right.
OS, back, and then like fucking built it back up to end up with the similar but better in their mind operating system.
Right.
using
Wow.
different computer languages. I think because I think Apple was based on the Unix language,
Okay.
and Microsoft is DOS. But because they were more familiar with it, is probably why Microsoft is what it is, and Apple is what it is. Is Steve Jobs was really good with Unix language or Linux,
Linux.
and Bill Gates and his guy were better with DOS, programming computers with DOS. Something like that. Anyway, but that's the legend, is that Bill Gates got the whole backbone idea for Windows from reverse
That's
engineering
it. See? So
a Steve
not-
Jobs thing.
Not
It's
a
like,
great.
It's pretty
shady. It's pretty shady.
and now run basically with the potential, the intellectual property to fucking really, he could do, if Bill Gates decide, I want to put a worm in every fucking Microsoft thing. Like when you get a update from Microsoft, allow or not allow, everyone's saying yes. It's
Right.
verified publisher, Microsoft Inc. He could fucking just throw something in there that, I don't know, makes all computers explode at one time. I don't know what point he
But
could
he
do.
definitely, yeah. I mean, dude, all these guys, and then you're influenced by the powers that be that are around you at that time. Like you run so much. You think if the government comes to you or some giant corporation and like I think there was something with that. Like people would always say that about like antivirus. Like people would like assume like the antivirus companies are the ones putting out the viruses, so that you got to
maybe.
keep updating, keep buying the latest one. Like if it,
that would make sense.
yeah, dude, they're all
Just
shady.
like now, there's rumors that it's pharmaceutical company and pharmaceutical research laboratory that
Put out the
put
COVID.
corona out there in the world, either by mistake or on purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I mean, I who knows?
It's all believable.
It's all
I just
believable,
I don't
yeah.
ever believe. It's like religion. I don't believe it, but I won't disbelieve
Who
it
knows?
until I see absolute proof that it's not true.
Right.
So I'm just right now, I don't believe it, but I can't, as a grown intelligent man, say that I absolutely know that is false.
Yeah.
There's some things I do know that are false. Like even though I haven't been in the space station, but I still really do believe, with the evidence available to me, that the Earth is round, for instance.
Right. You think they went to the moon?
Yes.
Yeah, you think they went there?
I definitely do.
I wonder if they've been to the moon.
And I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care
like, if
either.
They lied about it. What's the point? What's the point of lying about that?
Well, I think at the time it was a big race between China and Russia and the U.S. I think it was a big,
Russia and
it was a big, or at least Russia and the U.S. I think it was a big
yeah.
race,
but
and that was a whole thing.
I really do believe they did it, and I certainly think they have, if not that first time, since then for sure. No, I believe for sure they did that first time. Last night though, I had a friend over that was saying though, like Michelle Obama was a man. Her real name is Michael.
All right.
And she's I'm like, and anyway, she was getting on. It bugs me.
You
She's
gotta-
done this with several topics, just these conspiracies that she's haphazardly looked at. Her brother is a big conspiracy guy, so he probably mentioned like a few little tidbits of information. She latches onto it, believes it as whatever full real thing, and then starts regurgitating to anybody who will listen. And I'm like, insert her name here. Fuck, stop doing that. See, first of all, you're fucking wrong. You're totally wrong. Second of all, fucking look into it at least. If you're really going to be so passionately defending these ridiculous ideas, come up with, I said, because she's like, oh yeah, there's like 3 video where Barack Obama's talking about his wife and he called her Michael. I'm like, show me one of them. I'd like to see one of those right now. Oh, it's all over YouTube. And she goes on her phone like, oh, I can't find it right now, but fucking, as if he called his fucking wife Michael, maybe tongue-in-cheek, a joke or something like that, meaning like who wears the pants, or I don't know. Anyway, that bugs me. People that spread misinformation is terrible. And you are kind of guilty of it too. You told me all these things. Those 2 articles you sent me were not concrete, conclusionary evidence of people can re-get it. Those 5 sailors is not proof of anything.
Those
even
are
in the article
articles
you sent me.
from reputable...
Even the article you sent me said yes, but in the article says that these are not conclusive results.
No, it
The
doesn't
tests.
say it's not conclusive.
It absolutely says that in
It
the
says it
thing
was
that we are going to study this
non-conclusive.
further. Yes, this does not necessarily
Then what was
mean
the point of the
that
whole
people will
article,
get it.
Derek?
They're researching it. It's the
They
first
are.
results that they got of the thing. So what you were saying, I'm not accusing you of being the same retard as my friend
You
with the
just
fucking
did.
Michael Obama. No, but you're guilty of a similar sin.
What?
Because you were saying that, no, people can get it again. That is not proven yet. There's indications that it could be, especially, and you said especially for people who were non-symptomatic. Now,
No.
the article you sent
No,
me,
the
article you sent me,
antibodies. The article says if you had it bad, if you had COVID really bad, the antibodies last longer in your system. If you kind of had it and you didn't really have any symptoms, the antibodies last a lot less in your body. So a
lot less. They only got to 6 weeks. They said we're going to reevaluate in that
it's only
study.
been around
We're
for
only
5
at 6
months.
weeks. Right, exactly. So we don't know things. We don't know.
I agree.
But these are the indications.
But in this article,
that's my whole thing.
it did say-
I'm not going to start spouting off to my friends and saying, "Oh my God, we can get it twice and it's wrong." No, let's wait and find out what we're studying it. It's good to know.
And you know
I had
what?
already read.
In the meantime, while I'm waiting for it, I'm not going to go around and fucking do, I'm not going to neglect the rules. I'm going to keep doing the rules until I know enough about it. I'm not going to be like, well, I read an article and it was inconclusive, so fuck the mask.
I'm not saying fuck the mask though. I'm not even saying like whether that's true or not. Some of the rules are just they're not even ça pas rapport with.
But you don't know
the
yet.
thing. Anyway,
it's only been around for 5 months. Nobody knows, man.
No, including the dipshits that are making rules. Most of these fucking rules that they're making,
the rules,
not
I
most.
guess,
some of the rules they're making are just. I need to justify my job, so we got to make up a rule today. Let's make up a rule.
I don't feel like
Let's
it's
change it
that.
from
I
2
think
meters.
it's kind of like an idea of like this is generally how viruses spread, so let's just play it safe and say this is
Let's
what we
change
got
it
to do.
Well, what about changing it from 2 meters to 1.5 meters?
Someone
what's that
changed. They changed it to
arbitrary
1.5 now.
Yeah, in Quebec, it's 1.5.
Well, listen, Quebec's a fucking whole other beast. All right, they're doing whatever the hell they want. They have always got some fucking excuse for everything. Quebec is
I
not.
just set him up for that.
Quebec
chat,
is
making
not.
fucking
You
Abdul
can't.
hate on Quebec.
You can't fucking. No, I'm sorry. Quebec is fucking. They did nonchalant. First of all, our medical guy looks like he looks like some mythical character out of Peter Pan or whatever. He's always fucking dressed up in his.
Wow.
Listen, buddy. We need.
Looks shaming. He's looks shaming. Ugly shaming people now.
Oh, I didn't say ugly. I said he looks like some sort of mythical
character. Mythical beauty, like a fucking princess.
Well, he's always got a foulard around his neck, and he's also fucking damper. And what did he say too? He said something at one point. I can't remember what it was. He said something that was hilarious. He's just like I don't know. He's a guy that listen. I'm going to listen to the experts on the national level. How about that?
Yeah.
Quebec is always like for the money. Oh yeah, of course we're gonna open La Ronde. Fuck, like everyone needs to fucking go around in circles. Like that's a necessity.
It seems, doesn't it? So it seems arbitrary.
You and I
Does it
can't
not
do
seem
stand up,
like
but the fucking
just
carny,
making up rules.
the carny can go back to work.
Yeah.
You and I can't go back to work, but the carny can. What the fuck does that
Yeah.
mean? The hell is that?
The guy that's shooting up
Bullshit,
fucking smoking
yeah.
meth behind the fucking
This guy's
the
job's
ring
essential.
toss.
Let's get him to fucking work quicker.
Yeah.
He's got nothing to pay. He fucking is probably
But
on
didn't
welfare
Disney
half
World
the year.
open? Didn't Disney World open too?
I don't know.
But
I
their
wonder if
guests.
I think they opened.
Guests are expected to wash their hands every 15 minutes, and they put all these rules in place. There's all these rules. Like I told you, playing hockey, they put an extra crease because everybody that wants to
Even
reopen
that
that's
too.
not essential.
Why is hockey allowed? Like, why is like ball hockey rinks fucking?
Because, buddy, we have to try to
We do,
work
but
back
there's
toward
other jobs.
some kind of normalcy.
There's other things that I think should have
This
opened
doesn't create
first.
jobs. This is people's mental health. This is mental
Yeah,
health
get
for
out
people.
for a fucking walk. Go hiking. Go
right.
fucking
All
get
right,
on a
yeah.
canoe. Get
Abdul
a
Buck for
kayak.
president. He's got all the
Fucking
solutions.
right. I'd run this shit fucking great, buddy. We'd be at the moon right now if I was running shit.
Not in some fucking movie studio
No.
in L.A.
We'd
in
be in the moon.
1969.
All right. We'd be doing this
In the moon,
podcast fucking in the moon.
Abdul's
in a
going
bunker.
in the moon.
In the moon.
Here's another interesting. Do you ever hear that story where the moon, the theory that the moon is actually a satellite or like a spy satellite from another galaxy?
think I've heard something
that they
stupid like that.
they detonated like some fucking 12 megaton bomb on the moon, and it made like a ringing a bell sound that went dong, and it lasted like 11 minutes or something like that.
I know.
Like as if the moon is hollow, made of metal and hollow, and it just went dong for 8 minutes or something like that.
Sounds a little bit fishy.
It's so far fetched. I would have to, I'd have to research it if it's.
I gotta say though,
so much like I can't even balance my checkbook. I'm gonna spend fucking the rest of my life researching is the moon watching us right now.
Well, there's enough satellites up there. I don't think the moon needs to do anything. Like, have you looked at the sky recently? Like, have you looked up and just like see
a lot of shit moving around?
Dude, there's a lot of satellites, man. It's like constant.
The stars are. I know it's like the stars. Wow, those stars are really active.
They're
tonight.
moving fast.
Yeah, but I don't think. I think the satellites are like 1/20th of the way to the moon. Like the orbit that the satellites live in,
it must be because
is way closer to
the fact that we can
moon.
see them, and then the fact that you see them move, and they move fast.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I saw a thing too.
Not quite like a plane, but like they fucking
fast,
they
man.
move.
I saw something about there's like a satellite that goes around. I can't if it's like in 60 minutes, it'll do the whole orbit of the Earth. There's satellites that dude, that zip around.
Minutes?
Something crazy that I was like, I couldn't believe it. Like, really? That's a lot of ground to clear, but they zip around, man. There's like different. It depends on what satellite or what it's doing. I guess I don't know the logistics. I'm not Elon Musk.
Do they have motors on them, or are they like remote control with fucking jets on them?
I wonder. There must
or
be.
Or they get them into an orbit and they stay in that orbit.
They must. Yeah, they must have to like launch it, and then if you
there's
launch
no way to refuel them or anything.
You must launch it, and then
you launch it. You get them up to a certain speed, and then they just stay at that speed forever until they
On
die.
y va. Salut, ciao. It just fucking rotates like. That's stop.
Another interesting thing. It's beyond, again, as a potential investor, I wish I would take the time to read more about it. But Elon Musk has been launching satellites for years and years.
A few years.
A few years, yeah. But a lot of them. He's got a lot of them
Dude,
up there
in the
that
last
are his.
month, man, he's been like there was how many, like 2 rocket launches in the last 2 weeks or something, and they brought up like I don't know how many tens of satellites or 100 satellites at once.
I know, and now he can re-land those rockets and reuse them within a month.
Well, that's what it is.
That's huge.
That's what I mean. They started that for that reason because I think NASA was the only one that was allowed. Well, that was doing it, and he sued the U.S. government. To be like, hey, man, I like competition. You got to give the contract out to other people too.
Yeah. There's also there's a story, and it's reputable. Remember the Facebook movie?
Yeah.
Did you watch that movie?
Yeah, the Facebook movie. It's called.
What was it called?
Social Network.
Social Network. Yeah. So those twins, remember those twins?
The Winklevosses.
Winklevosses.
Yeah.
So we were on that Barstool Sports guy trying to explain to him first of all, what Bitcoin is, which again, it's not an easy concept to fucking grasp what Bitcoin is and cryptocurrency in general.
Right.
So in that, they were explaining to him that because of the algorithm that whoever, and they don't even know who the person is that wrote the program, which I think is really cool. He's kind of like the computer geek version of Bansky, right? That wrote this program that Banksy, yeah. What did I say?
Bansky or something? Bansky.
But he or she wrote this program, and the Winklevosses,
like
turns out they
program.
own 1% of all the Bitcoin that exists.
The Winklevosses?
They just buy it and buy it and buy it, and they own 1% of all of it. So they're billionaires.
Right.
Basically, they're billionaires. And so in trying to explain to this regular, more like investor, a guy with Barstool Sports. I mean, the guy's got some money, so he invests money. Right. Trying to explain it to him in a way that he would understand. He still doesn't get what Bitcoin is, but he gets why it's valuable. Because he was saying, he's like, is it like gold? And they're like, kind of like gold, but it's better than gold in that this is very finite. There's a limited amount, and once it's all been mined, this Bitcoin, there's none left. It's not like you can discover a secret mine somewhere of Bitcoin. Once Bitcoin is done, it's done. And the markets and the humanity has decided to allocate a value to this commodity
Right.
and use it as a currency. And he's like, because why do we honor what any currency is? It's just a piece of
Yeah.
paper. Why? Because that's just, we've kind of, the economy of the world has just agreed that this is, we're going to give a value to this.
Right.
And so he's like, so it's like gold. And he says, well, it's like gold used to be. But no currency now is in the world, I don't think, is still backed by gold. I don't think there's one currency on the planet that is still backed by gold like
Really?
we all used to be. Yeah, I don't think so. Not one. Not Canada or the US or the UK or
So
anybody.
is that why they can just print money?
That's kind of why they can just print money and why
So then
inflation
what the
some years
fuck
is
are we-
20%.
So what the hell dictates what money's worth?
It's like a social contract. We all just agreed that this is what money
Yeah,
is
but
worth.
why? How does it
But
decide
anyway,
that what country's fucking economy? How do we know what country's worth more than?
There's a million economic factors that would answer
We
your
should get
question,
the
of which I may be
Winklevosses on
aware
our
of
podcast,
three.
buddy.
That would be fantastic. But let me make the point that they made.
Yeah.
Was that Bitcoin is very finite. They're saying, and they seemed very aware and that it was real, that Elon Musk is sending all these satellites up there and will eventually be sending up crafts. Because there's like this meteor shower right now. Why did he
Like
send up all
arts and
those things?
crafts?
Aircrafts.
Aircrafts.
Spacecrafts.
Spacecrafts.
The Winklevosses seem to think, and this may be why he made so many launches this week, because there is a meteor shower going through.
Right.
Well, apparently, a lot of those meteors are made up of like
Bitcoin.
50, 60, 70% gold. Gold.
Really?
Intergalactic gold. So he's like, gold is going to go down because Elon Musk is going to be up there mining every fucking rock that goes by.
Well, how do you
and
mine
just
it?
fucking go up there, dig, fucking, then just start sending fucking, I don't know, like a
can't
fucking
dig on a
stork sending a
meteor?
baby, you know,
Like
like
they're gonna
put a
land?
bag of gold and with a parachute and send it down. I don't know, dude. I don't know, but that's what they're billionaires, so they
So
know
the
things we don't know.
Winklevosses seem to believe Elon Musk is going up there because there's fucking gold on the meteors.
On the meteors going by.
But how
yeah.
do you get on the meteor and then you got to mine on a meteor?
Yeah, I guess it's all done through non-human thing.
But dude, see
I don't
now,
know.
this is the stuff that I'm talking about. Right now, this sounds like fucking insanity to you and I. But
It doesn't to me. That's why I'm telling you, because it sounds like it's
Well-
in the realm of
well,
possibility.
because now we're so used to seeing like the reality, like because the internet's like exposed a lot of stuff. So we're like, we go, yeah, it sounds unbelievable, but if you really piece it together, you go, it could happen. Who knows? But it's one of
Yeah.
those things that like nowadays we're like talking about it like maybe that's what they're doing, and then a couple years
like,
down the
remember
road,
that-
we're like, oh yeah, that's just a normal thing. Everybody's fucking getting gold off of a meteor.
Remember that Armageddon movie? Fucking James Garner and Morgan Freeman
Yeah.
landed on a fucking
They did land
whatever,
on it, yeah.
and they landed on an asteroid or whatever, trying to plant the bomb in it.
Don't tell me that was fake too. All right, that was real, just like the moon landing. Armageddon was
Morgan
a real
Freeman
movie.
went through hours and hours of fucking training.
That was a
to fucking
documentary,
get to
man.
that point.
Armageddon.
I'm sure that all these sci-fi things, though, have made it so that we believe things that are a little bit beyond the realm of possibility and belief.
Yeah.
Because we've been shown so much more amazing things through fiction.
Yeah.
Right? Our imaginations are allowing us to be like, yeah, I totally. That could be.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Elon Musk is going to go up there with a shovel and just start fucking picking gold off an asteroid. That's fucking...
It's gonna go in the little creeks on the fucking asteroid and take one of those siffer things and dig it in a fucking pond. And just shake it around. I've got gold.
Taking a bite.
It-
There's gold in them these asteroids.
Intergalactic gold, I tell you. Yeah, no, I believe. I mean, to a certain extent, yeah. I guess who knows?
But I mean, the source of it was made it believable. Maybe they were just trying
fucking
to pump the
Winklevosses,
value
man,
of
they're
Bitcoin.
billionaires.
Yeah,
They know
so
all
much
sorts
stuff.
of
I
shit.
want to invest in Tesla. I mean, if this didn't happen, I would probably have a little bit more liquid. I would be investing in Tesla. They're going to do a 5-way split in the next week. So 1 share of Tesla becomes 5 shares of Tesla, which historically Apple did it a few
But
years
wait,
ago, where they
they
one share
announced
of
that before they do it? Isn't that like
Yeah.
illegal?
no.
So like,
No.
wouldn't everybody just
Because it doesn't
invest in
change
it
the
right
value.
now?
it doesn't technically change
Oh,
the
because
value.
the value will
of,
be split in 5?
right.
Okay.
Yeah. So like it's worth $1,800 today. They split it in 5, and so now it's worth whatever.
Right.
400.
Right,
and
okay, and then it'll...
whatever. But that's the thing, though. Historically, like the last big company, and it's a similar kind of company in that they're constantly advancing and trendy, and everybody loves them. Apple did it, and they're fucking so they split, and then the stock kept going up times 4 now, though, right? Because what it does, like you or I, even if we were pretty good financially, what we could afford maybe 10, 12 fucking Tesla stocks, they're $1,800 each.
Yeah, you got to be fucking
It's not like we're going to be a massive, we're not good. We can't buy 1,000 shares of that.
0.3 of a stock.
Yeah, exactly, right? We have to fucking create a whole group of friends to buy one stock.
We can pull together a couple friends and buy one.
I got 26 of my buddies together. I would like one Tesla stock, please. So you split it in 5. The idea, I was watching this Bloomberg report that it increases its appeal to the retail investment market, which is people like us that throw it in our RSP or whatever.
Right. Because it doesn't cost a fortune.
It's not an $1,800 stock; it's a $400 stock. We could afford that,
Still sounds
or
crazy
$300
to me.
and something dollar stock. Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's pretty nuts.
$400.
But the company's doing great right now. Also, there's $20 billion. The Tesla has broken the record. There's $20 billion betting against them on the short market. Meaning, in the options market, options is where you pick a time down the road and you're basically betting. They're wagers. They're completely bets. They're not, you don't own part of the company. Like, when you buy a stock, you own 1/50 millionth of the company.
Right.
You know what I mean? Options are complete, like a betting ticket that you put at the track. See, the option is you bet that in January of 2021, the stock price will be at or above X price.
Yeah.
And so depending how high you go, like, so say it's $5 to bet that the price will be $10, it'll be $4 to bet that the price will be $11. Like, as you be more ambitious,
right,
the price goes down. Like, if it's a long shot, basically like gambling.
Right.
If you're saying, I bet the stock is trading at $8 today, but I say by January it's going to be worth $20, that might cost you $1 to bet on that. So right now, that's basically, but the other side is true too. So you can bet it'll cost you $5 to bet that the stock price will be below $12.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're betting
right
against
now,
the stock. You're saying it's going to drop.
Betting against that it's going to drop, or
you think
it's
the
not going to do
sucks,
as well as.
Right, you're going to bet against them.
It's not going to do as well as the predictions. There's.
How does that even work? How does the betting against? Like, I mean, it is betting. You know what I mean? Like, it
is totally
like
betting.
I always thought like
totally
the
betting.
stock market was
and where does the money come from?
Yeah,
where does the money come from that pays these bets out?
Yeah, I don't get any of this fucking stock market world.
That's why I haven't started buying options yet. I have a friend. I have a friend of a friend. This is a guy, I know the guy, but he's just recently become a millionaire through doing that options betting or investing in Tesla. He's made millions of dollars, and now they announced this stock split, and he's like, that announcement just made me probably another $10 million. Because he's still holding on to a bunch. And like I said, historically, when a stock will split, people like us will be like, oh, the stock that I was afraid to buy at $1,800 because I could only buy 2. Right? Now it's only $300. Now I'm going to buy 20 of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so there's investors buying it that normally wouldn't have bought it, which makes, the supply and demand
go
thing.
up, more,
it'll drive it up a little bit, even though it's not real. Like, it'll go up beyond their market cap, even. Like, there'll be more, people are buying more than the company is worth. Like, say you own 1/50 millionth of the company, and if you multiply the stock price, like the 50 million shares, the company is evaluated at being worth $1 billion, say, and you're 1/50 millionth of it is, if you take the stock price and you multiply it by the 50 million, it's like double what the company is actually worth. But that's the thing with commodities. The things are worth whatever people will pay for them.
Right.
That's how you explain a company like Tesla.
Was Tesla a commodity? Does that act as a commodity?
Not a commodity, but I mean like a thing that you can buy that's an investment.
Right.
For me, commodity, I mean, I'm probably using the word wrong, but it's something that the price is based on what people are willing to pay for it,
Right.
like Bitcoin.
Right.
It's an arbitrary thing.
Right.
It's not. There's no actual value to it. It can't feed you. It can't house you. You
Right.
can't even touch a Bitcoin. You know what I mean? It doesn't
Right,
even
yeah,
exist.
Yeah, yeah, that's
In the physical
that's
realm,
another
it
one I
don't even
trust.
exist.
I don't trust these fucking.
It's zeros and ones on a fucking memory stick
Right.
when you finally get one Bitcoin. So like a stock, so it's like if everyone liquidated their things in one shot, they would be in deficit, you know, the whole value of the company. But anyway, that's what it is going to do. I wish I could get in on it. It's just I'm at a time in my life where I have the time to learn more about the markets.
Yeah.
At the same time that I have also the least amount of liquid money to invest in it that I ever have in my life. Like I've got the time to follow the markets and to learn about them a little bit more. I fucking can't even pay my mortgage, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's a fucking crazy time, man, dude. It's definitely insane, and like, thinking about stuff and like how it's gonna play out. Like even now, dude, in the States, like they're not even on a settled. People are going to fucking lose everything. They haven't even settled on what they're going to be able to pay out. Like right now, the CERB in the States, the whatever it's called in the States, it's not coming.
Incentive.
It's not coming.
Really?
Oh, dude, it's done.
Oh, because the Postmaster General is fucking running the post office into the ground.
No, but they so now Trump signed it, so it's going to be It used to be $600 a week. Is what
week?
federal,
Okay.
federal was bumping up your state unemployment. So the way it works in the States is it's not federal. Like here, it's the federal government gives you unemployment. Over there, it's the states.
Yeah.
So the state itself gives you your unemployment, and then the federal would bump it $600 up because of COVID. So now they didn't even come to a deal. Trump just signed $400 as the standard, not $6. So now it's down to $4, and then they don't, and the state has to redo a whole system. So they can't just go, okay, it's $4. Now you're getting $400. No, they got to redo a whole platform. I don't know if you'll have to re-register or redo everything in order to get it.
Through with that one, yeah.
But they haven't even figured out how they're going to do it yet, and it's already a week in that like nobody's getting the $600. So,
oh fuck,
dude, this is going to take like who knows, a month, 2-3 months, and right now, so state you're getting like maybe
the stimulus bill. I think it's the stimulus package.
yeah.
or
So
whatever they
basically,
called it.
state you're going to get like $150, $200, depends on what your salary was. You'll get state. So like right now, most people I'd say probably are getting around maybe $800 for the month.
Holy fuck.
You know, until the federal figures out what the fuck they're going to do. So everybody, like, dude, this is going to, the states, it's so, I don't know how any of this is going to work. Like, everybody's going to be in insane debt. It doesn't make any sense.
The states is just basically first of all, I think we can agree that the states are doing similar things to what Canada and probably most of the Western countries are doing. They're just not doing it very well.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a horrible job at it.
Possibly very much because of their leadership. But it's a bigger country, too. It's probably harder to manage. 350 million versus 35 million. It is a bigger thing to manage.
I agree.
But just take it on a smaller scale with Canada, though. I was talking about this with my buddy today, and we were at the Bell Center today, too. That's what I wanted to, off the top, we were talking about hockey and venues and all the loss in revenue. All the loss in revenue. So we've got the CERB right now that's happening.
Yeah.
There's several programs
but that's going to run out. It's going to run out soon.
We have, it's run. I think this is it. We're in the last period right now. But the point being, there's the CERB, but there's also there's a CRIB or something like that. There's another program. Then there's the increase in unemployment, regular unemployment.
Right.
People that that qualified for unemployment, you don't have to do the CERB. Like we went CERB, or I went CERB because as a self-employed person, I don't qualify for unemployment or whatever.
Right.
But there's all these programs. There's the other one, the guaranteed loans for businesses that the government was giving, where you could borrow up to $40,000, but only have to pay back $30,000.
Right.
I mean, there's businesses that were liquid enough that weren't really affected by COVID because they sell
like bank 10
masks,
grand
for
right
instance.
there.
Imagine exactly a company that is in the mask business. Your business is making face masks.
Yeah.
You're a company based in Canada. You can apply for this loan of $40,000 and only have to pay back $30,000. I mean, from a business standpoint, I mean, not from a not patriotic standpoint, from a business, you'd be a stupid business person if you didn't take an opportunity to make
10 grand.
33% return on an investment. It's not even an investment, it's a loan.
Yeah.
You're supposed to pay extra on a loan.
Right.
You know, when you borrow money, there's a cost.
Yeah.
In this case,
Yeah.
you borrow 40 and you only have to pay back 30. So if you're a company that's liquid right now, you borrow 40 and 30 days later, pay back the 30 and you've just made $10,000 by borrowing money. It's mind-blowing. So there's all these $10,000 that they've lost, plus all those loans are guaranteed by the federal government. So the economy's tanking, right?
Right.
Think about a big restaurant. Like we were, like I said, at the Bell Center today. So corner of Boulevard des Canadiens or Allée des Canadiens and de la Montagne.
Yeah.
There's the beer market at the top of the street, which used to be Queue de Cheval. There's a brand new Madison's there.
Okay.
There's La Cage au Sport. There's that brand new tavern that's on like 4 levels, sort of in the side guts of the Bell Center.
Right.
It's on like 5 levels. It's got to be like 10,000 square foot of high-end sport bar / restaurant that's closed, man.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that real estate? They're in first of all, the central business district of the second biggest city in Canada. They're connected to the most top, for the last 80 years, the most profitable sport franchises in the country. The rent of that place, can you imagine what the rent of that place is?
Oh, yeah.
Now, luckily, there's a big corporation backing that particular restaurant, Madison's too. It's a huge chain. But one company that's losing, one franchise of your big chain of thing that's, say, losing, I don't know, $50,000 a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's so all these,
lot of
so
money.
all these, so the stimulus packages. There's the government's paying rent for businesses, 75% of rent. The government is just pouring out all this
Government's
money
paying 75% of rent for businesses?
for businesses. Yeah,
Wow.
The landlord has to fill out the paperwork too. So that's where there was a glitch in that plan, because some landlords were like, I don't even want to. They're like, we filled the whole form out for you. All you have to do is sign it and send it. And like, fuck you, I don't feel like it. You're on the hook for landlords are dicks. Anyway, but 75%, yeah, across the board. Any company, business, like a registered business that needs help to pay
That's a
their rent
lot
because
of
they can't
fucking
operate.
money.
They can't. So there's like 12 different programs that are just new money that the government is putting out.
Yeah.
But at the same time, all these businesses, like I said, we were on that corner. So there's the beer market, Madison's, 1909, and La Cage au Sport, right in one little, one square block, right? And there's a Starbucks. There's a bunch of little things there. But those are 4 big, large square footage restaurants that the Cage au Sport was the only one open. And when we walked in, we were one of 3 tables. And when we left, we were one of 2 tables with people at it. The other ones are completely closed. Madison's looks like it's about 8,000-9,000 square feet. That 1909 has to be 10, maybe 20,000 square feet. So all these businesses that are, if they survive, they will have gone 6 months without paying 1 cent in GST, QST, income tax, right? Most of these businesses at the end of the year will have operated at a loss.
Right.
So, companies, even a small business with 5 employees, at the end of the year, say he end up paying, $15,000 in corporate tax.
Yeah.
This year, at the end of the year, they will have operated at a loss where the government will probably have to give
reimburse some of the taxes that they paid.
a tax refund.
Yeah.
That's right. They will have to give him
Their GS,
money back because they lost money.
Right.
So,
Jesus.
so not only is there gazillions of dollars going out of new money that they've never had to pay before, but they're bringing in probably 40% less tax revenue too, to fill the coffers to do those things.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a country like Canada, they're saying that by the end of this, we will hit $1 trillion national debt. Wow. That seemed like an insurmountable, like in our lifetime, we won't be able to even half that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Think about, like, I don't know if you've ever had a mortgage, but I have a mortgage of $200,000. By the end of the mortgage, if you let it go over 20 years, say, your $200,000 mortgage or your $200,000 house, like you will end up paying close to $400,000.
Holy shit!
You will almost double, dude.
Fucking
because it's being taken every day. You know, every day at the end, you're basically paying almost dollar for dollar. But at the beginning, you're paying.
It's most of it is mortgage
based on 25 years.
Yeah.
So that's on $200,000. So $1 trillion, like just to cover your interest. You know, like when you have a credit card and it says you have to your minimum.
Yeah, the country's gonna have
your minimum payment is interest plus $10 or whatever.
Yeah.
So on $1 trillion, Canada will have to be paying like fucking $900 million a month just to cover the interest, so that it don't go up.
Now, who are we borrowing this money from?
China.
China, of course.
Probably.
Of course.
I know America, I think it's like close to 40% of America's national debt is owed to China in one way or another.
Wow.
Either through the World Bank or directly through the Chinese banks, nationally owned Chinese banks. Saudi Arabia is close to 20% of the American debt, which explains why America lets them get away with some pretty
a lot of shit.
Awful things.
Yeah, but that's dude, it's those
$1 trillion
it's those things
though
that worry
for
me about the world.
A country like Canada.
Yeah.
Like $1 trillion, I don't think America's 10 times bigger than us. I don't think the American debt is 10 trillion. I think it's less. I think it's like 3 or 4 trillion.
Yeah, but they're also not helping people.
Also.
That's why COVID is insane there, because everyone's like, well, you're not helping me. I got to fucking work. I got to make money. I got to do something. So people are trying to open up. What was it that opened? Something opened. Oh, yeah, churches now, of course. I think it was
that really
California?
Is a big economy.
Yeah, some of them
that really stimulates the economy. And let's open the churches.
They just decided to open. They're like, we're not staying closed anymore. I heard something about I think hair salons and barbershops in California as well are supposed to just open up, like they're making a pact in between them all.
But with strict rules, like you need to they're opening here too, but you have to wear a mask.
I mean, I imagine they'll probably do the mask thing, but they're not allowed to open, I think. I think right now, I don't want to...
They're opened here.
Yeah, they are open here,
rules.
but dude, California's insane.
So many rules.
It's so much worse than fucking here. So they're like...
Only 3 people at a time and masks and sanitizing.
But they're gonna now places are starting to defy the orders.
I got a haircut. Look at that.
Look at you, spiffy.
My first Corona haircut. I got it a couple of days ago.
Fuck. Do you have to wear a mask while they cut it?
I was wearing this shirt when we got my haircut.
Yeah.
I was wearing the
bacon.
But if you look at it in the mirror, right? So she's looking at it in the mirror, right? She's standing behind me and looking at, and she's bacon on bacon. What's that? Is that some kind of food porn? I'm like, no, it's not bacon on bacon, because the mirror image, I guess the no looks like on. I'm like, no, hilarious. It's bacon, no bacon. Then I have to explain the whole thing. You're Muslim, I'm not Muslim, so I eat bacon. And she's like, oh, that's weird. I like bacon on bacon better. I'm like, all right, well, just always look at my shirt in the mirror, I guess.
That's hilarious.
She's like, oh no. She was like, is that like the same as double bacon? Bacon on bacon? It's like you ask for double bacon on your sandwich or whatever.
I love how
I'll have bacon on bacon.
I love how people either get it or are like, I don't like it. It's like not oh yeah, okay, I get it. It's like, oh yeah, that's funny. Or you should have went another direction.
Or no, and they have suggestions you should change it to. I'm like, you're looking at a t-shirt. We've printed t-shirts. We're not at the changing point of this. We're in this for the long haul. We've printed 60 t-shirts.
You
this
is
change
the name.
Fucking yeah, I've got an ashtray. I see we've got cups.
You should really
whether it makes sense or not.
See,
this is the name. You make of it whatever you want.
Weird.
Call
that
it
is
bacon on bacon.
It's like TV shows. They just change the character mid-season, and you're like, wait, is that a different actor?
Yeah.
How did they do that? That doesn't seem. We just changed the name of the podcast all of a sudden because someone didn't like it. I don't think that's politically correct. Can you say that? Bacon, no bacon?
man.
It's a good. People are. I think most people like the name. I don't think we're not changing it. That's for sure.
We also haven't done a very. I don't know how rich people get rich. Like people that work so hard and like, because there's tons of construction in Montreal right now too, which is like you're like, wow, so many things being built. The whole city's fucking dug up. And they always say in school, in university, they would say a sign of a thriving economy in any city is when the number of cranes that are in the city, whatever. And Montreal, it's full of them. See, but we all know our economy temporarily right now is not doing great. But that said, we were in this building, walking around in the guts of Windsor Station. You know Windsor Station, beside the Bell Center. Beautiful old building. Oh my God, it's so. But we got to walk in the guts of it. Like the utility rooms and things that, like, so to see like this building was built in the 1800 and we're able to build on top of it, running conduit and pipes and new kind of plumbing and electric, all the information wires right into an old building. Like they had the foresight to build it that it could accommodate these kinds of things. Of course, we engineered it. And anyway, it's amazing to see the work that goes into building a city. Sometimes I'm driving on the highway. I'm like, tabarnak, I've been driving for like 8 hours. This is humans have built this road to go this far.
Yeah.
So much work, like the trillions of hours of human work.
Yeah.
That's gone into building physically our society, the buildings and the roads and the infrastructure and the sewage. It's so incredible, the history. And people get so caught up with things like, I don't want to wear a mask.
Yeah.
Fuck you, it's my rights to not wear. Tabarnak, man, do you know what has gone into the sub? And culminating, we might even want to end the podcast on this note. Even though I had notes. We had notes. For the first time I had notes and we didn't get to most of them. But in Windsor Station, there's it's on my phone. But I'll send it to you. Maybe we could put it, you can overlay it on in the video podcast.
Yeah.
There's a statue in Windsor Station. And I don't know, I've been more emotional and sensitive. Oh no, weak Wi-Fi, switching to cellular. Is that me or you? That's you.
I don't know. I see you, kid.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. But there's this statue in Windsor Station. It's a bronze statue. It's beautiful. It was done in 1921 and was later dedicated to both the soldiers and men and women who worked in the war effort for World War I and World War II. But it's a bronze statue and it's an angel floating, and she's holding the body of a fallen soldier, a World War I dead man, soldier that has been killed, and carrying him to heaven. That's the symbol of the statue, right? And it's dedicated to all the men and women who gave up everything. Gave up everything. There's a beautiful little plaquette on the bottom, but the basic message was, this is dedicated to all the men and women. It's probably said men because it was 1920. But
no women
that
then.
Gave up the ultimate sacrifice of all their freedom, all their this, all their that, so that we may enjoy freedom,
right,
forevermore, whatever, And it's so like, but like, man, like how lucky are we? Like we,
dude,
like,
I know
that meme of like, in the whatever 1500 the Black Plague, in the 1800 the fucking something else, and then 19 the fucking Spanish flu and World War I, and then the 40s it's the World War II.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of
trenches.
There's a lot of things.
And then the 2000s, it's like, I'm offended.
Yeah.
We're so
that's
so
a big
lucky.
thing. That's a big thing I always think about. I'm like, I don't get, like, everyone, like, nowadays it's your feelings. Like, did anyone ever really give a shit about anyone's feelings before? No one cared. It was like, just fucking get through it.
Survive.
Yeah.
Just survive.
Do you know what people had to do? Like, that's the thing. It's the feelings.
Are you getting a new pair of trousers this year? Wow, this is going to be your year. You have a new pair of trousers this year.
Yeah, we got to lift everyone.
A new pair of shoes.
Like, dude, it's that exact thing. It's like how hard it is to struggle. That's why I honestly, I like, people need to, like, somehow everyone needs to struggle. Not long, just a week. Just put everyone has to be, like, stranded in the middle of nowhere with just whatever you need to survive for 1 week.
Or even
Out of
more
your
so,
comfort
like,
zone. Just fucking
that's
live.
that's one thing.
God damn it. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's one. Survive on your own is one thing, but also live for everyone else for 1 week.
Yeah.
Right. Every decision you make have to be have a positive impact on at least one person.
Yeah.
Other than yourself.
Yeah.
You know. So simple. It's so simple.
But then
it seems
even
simple.
at that, it's like what people can't even do anything for themselves anymore. Like, you know what? It used to be like, oh, okay, you see the neighbor's a little elderly, maybe you go over, you cut the neighbor's grass, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
nobody even fucking has a lawn anymore. They live in condos. There's nothing you can do. Like everything
And they don't even know how old their neighbors are.
Yeah, everything we used to have that was like you could kind of learn some values or struggle or it was tough or hard or whatever you had to do. Everything's easy now. It's simple, right? It's like even the kids. That's why I realize now kids, people are like, oh, kids today, they're spoiled. It's more or less that they're always on a fucking phone or a computer and anything they want is instant. They can have it like that. So the moment you're like, you can't do that right now. Yeah, I can't do that right now. They start freaking out. You're like, what the hell is wrong with this kid? It's because everything is just given to them.
Coping mechanisms. Yeah, we can't cope with anything
there's no
because
patience
there's no coping
level.
mechanisms.
There's no
Everything's
like,
been so easy.
Hey, I got to work all day long just to get to that one point. It's like, no, I click a button and it comes to my door. So I think like,
I have a hole in my sock. Mom shows up with 12 new pairs of socks.
There you go. It's like everything's just handed to you.
Back in the day, they were darning socks.
You fucking you fix your goddamn old sock, all right, and you put it back on. You wash it in the creek.
I told you I play baseball.
Dry it on
right,
a branch.
On
yeah, did you?
I play baseball on this team. Yeah, once a week, whatever we play baseball. And there's a guy on our team. This guy Mark. I remember noticing it last year, but again, I'm in I see things all through different glasses now because of what we're in, and it's just I'm really looking at people more, and I'm analyzing things.
Okay.
And I noticed his baseball pants had been darned. Right. You know, darning is like when you pull
fixed.
thread.
Repaired.
He not patched, but you pull thread from around it to make, and then you tie it all together to kind of fix the hole.
Right.
He had darned his pants, and I'm like, wow, Mark, what the fuck? Are you like from the 1910s? Let's see. Who does that anymore? I'm like,
did you whittle your own bat?
yeah, like that. You know, like it's like, wow. And that affects me. Whereas last year, when I remember noticing it, it was like, that's a weird repair job. Or whatever. I don't know. You're right, though. But things have become so easy that people have no coping mechanism.
But I think we're going to learn it now. I think we're going to learn that now.
Human nature still make us need to get excited about things. So people make problems where there aren't problems because their real problems are too easily solved.
Exactly.
So people make problems.
They need harder problems, and then they won't have time to fucking bitch about Ellen hurting their feelings.
Right. Yeah. Not that we're wishing problems on anybody.
No, just
let's be nicer to each other. Let's
all just stop bitching and fucking about things that
together.
are not things that are not important.
Together.
We're all going to learn that now. I think with everything that's going to happen in the next couple years. A lot of people will be struggling. A lot of people are trying to figure out things. We're all going to be close to someone that's going to have to, we're all going to have to help each other out. So I think everyone's going to learn a lot more now in the next. I think there's a silver lining under all this. I feel like it's shitty, but I think it's going to help society.
There's been some brown lining too to some of it. Like this whole thing internationally has brought out the best in some people, and some really terrible in other people.
Yeah.
And let's just do the best we can, everybody. We're never, let's be honest with each other. Most of us, 99.99999% of us, are not going to ever be super wealthy or whatever. So let's get together as the bottom 95
help each other out, man.
And
help each
have
other
fun
out.
Together. Enjoy your friends.
Be nice.
And that's so to address that one very disapproving email that we got, and it was addressed mostly to me because I bug Abdul about being a pussy and not wanting to hang out because he's socially distancing and being serious, and his father had heart surgery, so you should fucking be more respectful. Whatever that fucking asshole was saying to us.
Hey man, he was being fucking. He's not an asshole. He was being He was
I
trying
get
to
it. I get
be.
it.
He was trying to be protective, and he was.
Yeah.
I get. Yeah. But everybody, it's a weird time. Everybody's trying to figure out what's right, what's wrong. We're all trying to figure this whole new world out. So I get it. It's very stressful on a lot of people.
It is.
So
and I'm just trying to clear the air, though. I'm not being callous or reckless, just so everybody knows. I refuse to be just afraid. I don't want to be afraid. Will it bite me in the ass? Maybe.
I hope not.
But I am, just so everybody knows, I am being cautious. And more than cautious, I'm being empathetic to how it make other people feel. Now, if I rag or take the piss out of Abdul's my friend. You have to know that we're not just co-host podcast fucking people. We're friend first, and now we do this podcast, but we're friend. Guys take the piss out of each other. So Abdul shows a small sign of weakness that he's a little bit afraid.
The piss out of her.
I'm going to fucking try to make his balls crawl up into his body because that's what boys do to each other. So I do not wish ill on Abdul's father. What, for talking about your balls? Because I talked about your balls.
No, you're talking about the old boys club. How we like to rag on each other. You're not allowed to do that anymore.
I think you're still allowed to do that.
Oh, yeah.
I think you're still
We
allowed.
could do that, but not on camera. We got to pretend like we're very soft.
Right.
Derek, would you like me to get your mail for you? Dude, it's no, you're not you're doing your thing. You're being respectful. I get that you're trying to still have somewhat of a normal life. While still following the rules, but I get man, I don't know.
I still socialize. There's just a lot less hugging and kissing in my social life.
I know. I mean, I try to do the same thing too, but it's like, after a certain point, I figure I don't know what this is going to be in the end. Is it going to come out of we were all overly protective, or were we not? I mean, clearly in the States, it's showing that people are not taking it seriously. It's fucking running rampant. So clearly it is a good thing to be a little bit cautious. But we don't know until the end. We're never going to know until a few years down the line who was taking it overboard, who wasn't. And even at that, it's like, dude, this whole thing is so new that nobody can be
fingers
really
crossed that by then
held.
It's a memory, right? That
I don't know, man.
But
Who
I can't
knows?
foresee.
Yeah, maybe the new
I think
normal.
it's forever.
It's gonna be
our new normal there is going to be a new normal.
Yeah.
It's never going to go back to exactly the same that it was before.
I hate saying it. I hate that. It's one of the biggest things I hate in my life. I really don't, it's a reality. I mean, that's why, when we left LA, we left right away because we're like, if you look at it realistically, based off of everything that they were saying, you're like, oh yeah, this is not going to come back for a long time. So let's get the hell out now. And especially you can totally predict it. People in LA don't give a shit about anyone but themselves. So they're not going to fucking care about wearing a mask, or they're not going to give a shit about anyone else. They're going to be like, well, I want to party. Well, I want to go to the fucking bar. I want to go to the house party and fucking, whatever in the mansions in the hills. So they're still going to do what they want. So that's why we left, because we're like, these people are not going to be able to fucking fix it. I know their character. And clearly that's what's happening.
Have you been keeping up with the numbers in the States?
In LA, I've been watching a lot about LA just to know what's happening there, and it's bad.
Do you know how many deaths there's been in America?
Well, it's over 150 now, 150,000.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because in Canada, there's only 120,000 cases, not deaths, but cases. And what I was shocked, and I kind of knew, but when I saw the numbers there, 120,000 cases in Canada, 67,000 in Quebec. I'm like, oh, come on, Quebec. See, why do you have to fucking...
Yeah.
Those two cheek kisses really fucking bit us in the ass in this particular...
It was our healthcare system, man. Our healthcare system has a bad... We've got bad issues with our healthcare system.
Well, catching it doesn't have anything to do with the healthcare system.
Well, it was running through all the CHSLDs, all the the care centers for the elderly. So that's the thing is our healthcare system, dude. The healthcare system. You want to talk about filth, man? We were at fucking Lakeshore General in the West Island, dude. I'll post some pictures up. This is fucking disgusting. Here we are fucking washing our hands and wearing masks. Dude, there was, in the waiting room, in the emergency room, dude, there was fucking ants just, devouring whatever the hell someone dropped on the ground. Then we go into the waiting room, and there's like, the cart, sometimes they put the food on or whatever, and then you slide it over the
Right,
bed,
right.
or the doctor uses it to write his notes. Dude, there was like coffee stains on it, like fucking shit spilt on it, and you're like, aren't all these rooms supposed to be disinfected before you bring in the next patient? The floor is sticky, like disgusting. Quebec healthcare system, I think, has to be this. I mean, this thing is going to expose how bad it is. We know how bad it is. It's horrible.
Well, we know that there's tens of thousands of workers that stopped working, that just said, fuck it, I'm not
But
working
the healthcare
in this.
system in Quebec, man, it's got to fucking change, man. It's so bad. There's no oversight. That's the problem. There's no boss. There's no one there. Like, you see like 10 nurses fucking dicking around, joking and stuff and having a good time. There's no boss like, hey guys, can we get back to work here?
Time to lean, time to clean.
Yeah, there's nothing, like they're all...
Gotta get a McDonald's shift manager in there.
That's what you need. You do. You need one of those. You need
chef d'équipe, a little McDonald's chef
exactly
d'équipe
what
to
you
whip
need.
everybody in the
Yes.
shift. You got time to lean, you got time to change
That's
fucking grandpa's
exactly
diaper.
what a healthcare system needs. I think, Quebec had a bad... That's why the numbers were... Because the healthcare system, man, it's just, there's no
We've
oversight.
talked about Angela takes care of that madame, that she take care of with Alzheimer's. Well, she got violent at her high-end
Right, she got
private
kicked
clinic.
out.
And she got kicked out, and now she just got placed in a place that's specialized right here in Brassard, that specializes in Alzheimer patient.
Okay.
And we actually, our friend's ex-wife worked there, so Angela called her and like, oh, you can take special care of her. And she's like, yeah, we have a really great team. Angela went to visit her, man. This place is like you're describing the Lakeshore General, just fucking dirty. They can't manage.
Dude.
People walking around. Some of the patients have helmets, but they're just walking out. One guy was walking around with a T-shirt. That's it. It's little old winky dinky swinging in the wind. Dirty. He's fucking
God
just
damn.
roaming the hall. Oh, man, she said it. And it's dirty. It smell.
It's
You know,
bad.
like you're allowing a man to walk with Alzheimer that is even lost his ability to speak. You can imagine he's lost his ability to aim and go, so there's just piss and shit everywhere. I'm like, oh no, because before this disease took her away, she was an elegant, classy lady,
dude,
right?
But we
like
don't
a
have,
sophisticated.
We don't have that in Quebec. You're fucking, when you
awful.
get old, man, dude, I keep telling my parents, man, I'm like, get out. Go to Ontario. Go get the fuck out of this province. Because when you get old and you got to see a doctor, and that's the other thing, too. All the doctors are fucking, I'm thankful that they're doing what they're doing. But, I mean, all the doctors here are students. They're all residents. They're all resident doctors. You ever see an old, when was the last time you saw an old doctor? Every time I go
I play
there.
baseball with one, actually. I play baseball with a 74-year-old cardiologist.
Can you ask him, where is he? Like, where's all his...
He's at the Glen.
Yeah, the surgery. So, like, if you need a major surgery, you'll get a fucking older, like, well-established doctor. But you go to for anything else, you go to the hospital before you got to be, like, ready to die before they bring in the head honcho. Right? They bring in the real doctor. Otherwise, it's the kids. They come in and they're like, all right, I've studied this. I know the rash. I know the rash, and that's got to go with that. And let me go talk to the fucking real doctor and tell him what I saw here. And then they're just communicating to a doctor in some closed room. It's like, can we just get where are all the doctors? What happened to old doctors, man? I haven't seen an old doctor in Quebec in decades. They're all like just graduating. So I feel like in Quebec, we're not going to hospitals. We're going to fucking schools to get treated.
Dude, a student doctor almost killed my firstborn baby, Jamie. Jamie had to go into the ICU because she fucked up.
Wow.
She jammed her. She panicked and stopped her from coming out. And she got stuck. Yeah. She panicked and just like, oh, God, that's too fast. And she got stuck, a contraction. They call it a contraction.
Oh, my God.
Because the birthing canal, a.k.a. the vagina, goes like this to squeeze out the baby. And she panicked, and I watched my baby's skull go from this shape to that shape. A skull is not... I was like, I've got a good stomach. And I was like, oh, God, that is not good. I'm going to have a very, very dumb baby. Yeah. And she got chastised and kicked right out immediately. And the real doctor came in, forceps, and pulling her out.
Yeah.
And Jamie wasn't breathing. Her heart rate was at 10 beat per minute.
God damn.
It was very, very traumatic. So I said, fuck, we're not going to the school anymore. We're going to a fucking hospital next time.
Yeah, but dude, they're all fucking schools now, man. You go to any
Yes.
hospital, every hospital in Montreal area. I don't know if it's like that anywhere else in the whole province, but anywhere, and they're all pretty much like that, because I know like Sherbrooke, there's another big university there, so that all the students
Teaching
learn
hospital,
there.
yeah, invested Sherbrooke.
They're all
yeah.
like, every one of the hospitals here are just a fucking school, man. It's not even a hospital.
We do need to take a moment, though. Like, we nurses, and listen,
No,
it's
they
not
definitely
easy.
are doing the best they can do. Some of them.
Thank you
Some
for,
of them.
Thank you for the work
I'm
you're
not
doing.
fucking
Some of them.
patting
Yeah,
all
exactly.
of them on the back. Some of them.
It's exactly.
And those
it's like
ones
you-
are fucking angels. The ones that actually are
Yeah.
doing their job. Very nice. They're super personable. The ones that like come in and want to just like, don't worry, or like they
Yeah.
pretend like it's nothing, or you're just fucking over exaggerating. It's like, fuck off. I can't breathe right now. You know? They're like, well, take some Tylenol. Maybe it's I don't know. Dude,
But those, thank you to those that are
the ones that are doing their job, thanks.
See, you chastise me about the police thing. Say, I think in nurses, most are good.
Yeah,
It's the
I'd say most are good,
So
but there's a
thank
lot,
you.
yeah.
It's hard. Thank you for
There's a lot, yeah.
just being there, for not quitting. If you haven't quit your job as a nurse, thank you, fucking thank you. But like you said, it's not great. The whole situation, the bureaucracy that run the thing
Yeah.
has made it so that
no
it's not
oversight.
efficient, and there's mistakes, and
I like that. We do need
that's
the
why we have to.
McDonald's
That's why
fucking
we have to-
manager. Would be
Yeah,
great.
we need the crew chief from McDonald's to come in and fucking whip it into shape. But based on that, though, that alone, it's more important now than ever that we take care of ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves, make decisions that are good for you and your family.
Yeah.
But if you can, take care of other people too. Remember that when you're out and,
And try not to
You're
get
not
so
wearing a
fucking
mask.
pissed. People are
you're,
stressed
you're
out
not
there.
wearing a mask. Instead of looking at, being imposed, you have to wear a mask. My rights are being violated or whatever. Think about it from another angle. Think about you're wearing a mask will make this lady feel more safe just being out in
It's
society.
not a question of making them
You know what I
feel
mean?
more safe. It's the fact that if you have the virus and you don't know, you won't give it to anyone else. When you wear the mask,
also.
you're not giving it to anybody. Think of it like that. Just think of it like you
But that's
always have it.
That's literally what it is.
Yeah, just think
but
of it
some
like you
people
always have it.
Some people can't get on board with that because it's like, don't tell me. But I'm saying,
Yeah.
if you can't just do it for the literal science of it,
Yeah.
do it for the whole mantra that's come from this. We're all in this together. Ça va bien aller. Mais ça va seulement bien aller, esti, si on fait toute notre part. Sorry, English podcast. We all do our part to make life a bit more okay for the next guy, for our family, for our neighbor's family. Like, just
Yeah.
be nice.
Yeah, it's not too
see,
hard.
like,
It's not
I
hard.
refuse to be afraid and to change my whole way of thinking. But if anything, my way of thinking has changed to be more aware of my fellow human being and to just be more kind. So I don't love wearing a mask. As a smoker, it's killer. You know those stairs at the Centre Bell?
Yeah.
Down the courtyard
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
you
yeah.
go down those
Yeah.
stairs to Saint Jacques or
Yeah.
whatever, or Saint Antoine.
Yeah,
Well,
Saint
fuck, we parked down there, so I had to come back up to try to go to eat at La Cage au Sport. And fuck, at the first flight of stairs, I still had the mask on. And I'm like, what the fuck? I have to take off this mask. Just huffing and puffing up these stairs. I get to the top, my leg are like jello. See, I'm like, got a little bit of sweat happening. So no, I don't love the mask, but I find it easy to wear it anytime I'm going anywhere where I could be within 2 meters of somebody. Maybe they're like me. Maybe they don't give a shit. We could shake hands and they're fine, or maybe not. So I'm always like, I don't do anything anymore. Like when Derek, this is André, I'm like, what's up? André, put his hand out. I will shake it. You give me an elbow, I'll elbow it. If you just stay back, motherfucker, I will do that also. It's just, what's the point? Everybody.
Well, you shouldn't shake
we're
the
gonna
hand.
if we're
buddy.
ever gonna
You're
get back
breaking the
close to
rules. You're
normal,
not supposed to shake the hand. You got to go,
is
hey,
there a rule for that?
buddy, can't shake hands, COVID. Or you shake it and you're like,
Nah, I refuse.
I agree.
I
Listen,
refuse to
you
do
know
that.
what? I'll admit it. A dude stuck out his hand to shake my hand, and I did shake it. But then I was like, I pulled out
That's
the
social
bottle,
pressure.
and I fucking
Right.
squeezed, and I was like, just a thing, man. We got to do it. And I squeezed them, and that's it, man.
Me too.
Like, look, I
I'd
get
go
it.
to-
It's impulse. We're used to it. But and I'll do it. I mean, it's again, it could be on your hand as long as you don't go and shove it in your mouth.
Yeah.
You disinfect it
No,
right
I
away.
wash my hand too.
Then you're
Try
fine.
not to look too
I
conspicuous.
did it
whatever,
once,
but yeah.
and it was like I get it. It's like we're in a close setting. We're at a friend's house. We're very like we're all close to each other. We're not. It's not like someone I just met on the street. Someone I met on the street, I'd be like, dude, COVID. But then
there's probably people that have stopped hugging their children though. Like I don't care what it is. Like I'm gonna continue hugging my children. I'm not gonna stop hugging my
you live
children.
with your children. It's a different story. And yes, I get it. No, I agree with that. At some point, you got to think like, okay, it's family.
What's the point of living if I can't
if you
hug
can't
my
hug
children?
your children,
you know?
I know, but it's a very it's a shady fucking.
I don't, and again, I'm not taking a hard stand on anything.
You
I'm
live with
saying,
your kids, it's
trust
different.
me, how this discussion started, and we try not to get too much
Why
into
are we
all
back on
COVID all
COVID?
the
We
time.
almost made it, man. We were at the end of the episode.
Well, I mean,
we got into
everything
COVID
we
again.
talk about. Everything we talk about will have a little gut of
a lot
COVID
of
because
COVID.
our life is the day-to-day living is all affected
Fucking
by
COVID.
that. So even when we talk about the economy, we're talking about the current economy. But anyway, I'm saying I'm not trying to take a hard stand on anything. What I'm trying to say to address that one email that we got that really I'm sensitive, so it stays with my mind. I want to make sure everyone know I'm not reckless, that I do my research and I am making decisions that are not, flippant decision. I am taking all precautions
But wait,
I
now
feel
if
are
someone
necessary
shakes
to
your
keep my
hand-
family safe
Do you disinfect immediately?
as soon as possible without insulting the person. Yeah.
What are you afraid of insulting people? I've seen you say the most fucking vile shit that
What
some
the
of
fuck?
some of the audience
Never.
members. You've said some of the. You told a guy you could pull out and come on his wife's face.
That was a girl, but yeah.
No, you told it. There was a guy at a show who had 5 daughters, and they were all in next to him. And you go,
Right.
These are all your kids? Sir, did you know you can pull out?
I didn't say I
on
would
your-
pull out and
No,
come on her
you
face.
said-
He should come out.
Yeah.
He should pull out and come on her
But
face.
still,
That's fine.
and you're worried about insulting a guy with some hand sanitizer after he shakes your hand?
You know.
Ah, Derek. All right, buddy. Let's wrap it up before we fucking lose another viewer.
Yeah.
Before fucking another fan writes us a letter. All right. Anything to say? What are you doing? You got shows?
I got some of my new albums. I don't know if this was
Your new
we
album?
had it available last time. Yeah.
Panderic
It's
Volume
available
1?
for purchase. Panderic Volume First Wave.
First
Panderic
Wave.
First Wave. There's an accompanying T-shirt as well.
Cool, man. And they get it at dereksege.com.
It's now since last night. It's on iTunes, Spotify, all
Sweet.
that stuff. You can download and stream and all that stuff.
Get the COVID-free
My 2 other albums
version.
are also still available. All 3 albums available on iTunes and at dereksege.com. And I'm starting the clubs again. I did Ottawa last week.
How was Ottawa,
Yuck Yucks.
man?
Thank you.
Good?
Thank you, Howard and Ashley and Chris, for all your hospitality. It was great.
Yeah.
I mean, 50 people maximum, socially distanced, actually makes it to hit 50 in that room. The average table size would have to be 4.
Right.
Right. So if you come 2, that just reduced the number of people who are allowed in to
Shit,
keep it 6
yeah.
feet from table. Each table have
Right.
to be. So you need bigger groups to be able to hit the max.
Right.
But it was still so fun to be up on stage, even though I'm behind plexiglass. There's all these new
Yeah.
adaptation, right? So they have plexiglass. So there's one here and then 2 kind of on an angle like that. So you're kind of in a penalty box or whatever. But with the big lights flashing on it, like spotlights on us,
Yeah.
I could see myself in the plexiglass.
that's weird.
So I could see myself. When I look there, I could see myself. When I look there, I could see myself. When I look, it's
like
like
you're
I'm
on
in a
TV.
fucking hall of mirrors or whatever. Like I'm in this crazy fun house, and I get so distracted when I'm on stage. I'm like, oh hey, oh shit, do I have a fucking zit right here? What is that? But I'm back. I'm back in the club. So last week we did Yucca. I'm headlining the Comedy Nest. August 27 to 29 here in
Cool.
Montreal. Next week, I'm actually out your way. I'm doing shows at the place called Poutineville in
Vaudreuil.
Vaudreuil.
Yeah.
Vaudreuil. Yeah. You should come to one of those. It's socially distanced. They're going to actually, I think, have some even on the patio, so you don't even have to go in the building.
Cool.
And then In September, I'm doing the comic strip in Edmonton, Rick Bronson's comic strip at the West Edmonton Mall. That's September 24 to 27 or something like that. And the week before that, I'm in New Westminster, British Columbia, at the old Laugh Lines, which is now Rick Bronson's comedy.
Right, cool. House of Comedy, yeah.
House of Comedy. In New West, we're doing that September 17 to 19 or 20. So the clubs are starting back again. The Winnipeg Comedy Festival, I'm doing a live Zoom show for the Winnipeg Comedy Festival on Monday, August 24th, for kind of just a community to let everybody know the Winnipeg Comedy Festival is not giving up. We're still, so it's like a free show for people locally to come. And then hopefully we'll do the TV taping for Winnipeg sometime in October, maybe end of September, who knows. Things are starting again, all to say. Socially distanced, safe, sanitary. So far, the Nest, the clubs that I have been back to, very safe. The Nest even takes your temperature as you get there. If you've got a fever, you're not allowed in. Everyone's being asked to sanitize their hand on the way in, wear a mask unless you're sitting at your table and actually consuming something. And you're not allowed to get up and loiter and things like that, which isn't great for selling merch because people are actually not even allowed to come to your table and buy merch. So we got to figure out how to do that. But that's where we're at. And we still have yet to build baconnobacon.com. And
we'll do it,
website
man.
I'm trying to build.
The Winklevoss Bitcoin.
No. Oh, I bought a drunk. You ever buy a URL? You ever buy a website, a domain name? No. Drunk at night. You have this idea.
Nope, never done that.
I tried to buy. My buddy Carrie had this idea, broken eggs. That'd be great, broken eggs, and you just put people's fails or whatever, videos of people fucking things up, brokeneggs.com. I'm like, that's a great idea. So drunkenly, I went on GoDaddy and I thought I bought brokeneggs.com. I'm like, oh my God, it's like $100. That's it. That's great. Next morning, I wake up, I'm going through my email and confirmation of purchase of thing. I mistyped it. I bought brokeneggses.com. Broken Eggses. It's EGGSS.com.
Oh, God.
Then I'm like, damn it. And so then I tried to buy brokeneggs.com. Fucking $16,000 for the real brokeneggs.com. So I'm like, I guess I'll make do with broken eggses.
Good thing you got broken eggses at a discount before it fucking exploded.
So I still have to build. I have to build those. I have two websites to build.
All right, cool, man. Well, I have.
What about you? What do you have going? Are you ever doing a show again?
I've got.
You ever going to be a comedian?
New stand-up that's going to come out in September. I've got a mini EP that I'm put together. It's going to come out in September. Check out my YouTube channel because I'm definitely going to be doing videos again because stand-up doesn't seem like a thing that I will do so much of. I'll probably.
What, are you gonna do streeters? You gonna get a boom
No,
mic
I'm just gonna do videos. I'm gonna start doing some fun videos and things that I've done, the fucking solar panel I'm putting together. Right. Show people how I did that. Some will be funny. Some will be fucking just whatever I've been up to, screwing around. Things that I'll do. I'm gonna get out there and do some videos. Not streeters. I don't think I'll do streeters right away. But yeah, just do some stuff and that's it, man. And fucking.
I gotta make a pitch to get a TV show, some HGTV. Maybe we could do it together. I'll do all the building stuff. You could do all the mechanical stuff.
Yeah, we should put together comedians. With fucking. We need day jobs now.
Comedians with broken cars and rundown houses, drinking beers.
Comedians who now have to fix all their own shit. Fuck.
With no shirt on.
Yeah, no, we'll come up with something, man. We should write a few pitches.
But I'd like to pitch a show. I mean, I was doing all that content and then just let it sit there, and I haven't done anything with it. I haven't even been doing a lot of content. Sorry about that, everybody.
Yeah.
Got to get back on my content.
Well, we'll be back on the podcast, buddy, next week.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Let's.
I think we made up for it. Hour 42 of.
We made up, man. We had a lot to talk about. We missed 2 weeks.
Made up for the last time. Yeah, and I still have 4 bullet points that we didn't even get to. So fucking.
All right.
We could do a whole other fucking podcast right now, except I have to pee.
Yeah, me too.
So.
All right, buddy.
Nice to see you, buddy.
Good to see you too, man.
You think you're gonna come by Vaudreuil this week?
What day is it on?
Poutsinville, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It started out just Saturday. It sold out in 5 minutes. I know. It's like Poutsinville is now the new West Island Comedy Club.
I'll try to come to
Thursday,
one of those.
Friday, Saturday.
I'll try to come to one of those. Yeah, that's doable. That's in the area.
He said if it's not raining, I'd say pick a day that it's not raining because he said he'd open the patio for
Okay.
the extra, the overflow people.
Cool, man. All right.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Man
Nice to see you, pal.
Yeah, man. Talk soon.
takes the peace from my sleep, takes the cool from my temper, just makes me want